The alien empire believed humans were the weakest species in the galaxy. They were about to make the biggest mistake in history. The silence of Earth shattered suddenly. Space radar screamed warnings as massive alien ships appeared on the horizon, sleek, metallic, and towering, so enormous that even the moon seemed small in comparison. Their surfaces shimmered with ominous light, and every movement sent a signal of unstoppable power. Then came the broadcast, echoing across Earth's atmosphere. Earth, surrender or face annihilation. You are weak, primitive, unworthy. Panic spread like wildfire. News channels blared the message. Social media erupted with hashtags. Hashtag aliens arrive. Hashtag Earth will fall. Governments went into emergency lockdowns. People huddled in their homes, hearts pounding with fear. Experts everywhere whispered the same grim truth. We don't stand a chance. But humans have never been predictable. Hidden in secret facilities, teams of engineers, scientists, and military tacticians activated experimental defenses. Stealth ships, AI-controlled drones, and adaptive weapons were deployed, an audacious plan relying on cunning strategy and sheer human ingenuity. A small human fleet surged into the path of a lone alien scouting ship. Alien sensors faltered. Humans exploited every weakness, launching a precise and coordinated strike. Plasma beams scorched the alien hull. Shields collapsed. And then, silence. How is this possible? The alien commander hissed, voice trembling. They had underestimated humans. And now, shock replaced their arrogance. Humans were not just survivors. They were dangerous, unpredictable, and relentless. Across Earth, news flashed. Human fleet disables alien ship. The world's heart swelled with shock and pride. Humanity wasn't just facing the enemy. They were fighting back, adapting faster than anyone thought possible. And then came the most terrifying realization. The alien main fleet wasn't just observing. They were forming for a full-scale assault. And that was the moment everything changed. The galaxy had never seen humans like this before. The aliens thought the war would be easy. They were wrong. If this moment gave you chills, comment HFY below. Like the video, if you stand with humanity. The alien fleet's full assault formation became visible, bristling with weapons of mass destruction. Humanity's small fleet and sharp, which were all that stood between Earth and total annihilation. The world was holding its breath. The alien fleet loomed over Earth, bristling with weapons capable of reducing cities to ash in seconds. Every scientist, soldier, and citizen knew one truth. The aliens thought humanity was weak. But humans had a plan, a dangerous, daring plan that relied on cunning, precision, and their greatest weapon, unpredictability. Deep underground, in secret facilities hidden from alien scanners, human engineers and AI specialists worked feverishly. Adaptive drones were programmed to learn in real time, spacecraft were modified on the fly, and most brilliant minds on Earth calculated every possible move. Humanity didn't just react, they anticipated. A small, elite human strike fleet launched into space. Their target, a lone alien scouting ship, still damaged from the earlier encounter. But this mission wasn't just about revenge. It was a statement. Humans wanted to show the galaxy that Earth could fight back. As the fleet approached, alien sensors flared. They expected fear, hesitation, maybe surrender. Instead, they found strategy. Humans split their fleet into unpredictable patterns, weaving in and out of asteroid fields, disappearing and reappearing in impossible positions. Plasma bursts lit the void, striking alien shields before the enemy could respond. And then it happened, the moment that would echo through the stars. A human drone, small and almost invisible, infiltrated the alien ship's core systems. Within minutes, alarms screamed inside the alien vessel. Controls failed. Engines faltered. The once proud scouting ship drifted helplessly. The alien commander shouted orders that went unheard. Their arrogance was cracking. For the first time, they realized humans weren't weak. They were dangerous. They were fast. They were adaptable. On Earth, news feeds erupted. Human strike fleet disables alien scout ship. Humanity fights back. People cheered, cried, and held their breath all at once. For the first time in history, humans weren't running from extinction. They were taking the fight to the enemy. But victory came at a cost. The human fleet suffered casualties. Ships burned. Heroes sacrificed everything to ensure the mission succeeded. And yet, in those sacrifices, something extraordinary happened. The galaxy began to see the true heart of humanity. Unbreakable, resilient, and relentless. And just when humans thought they had the upper hand, sensors detected movement. A massive alien strike force, faster and more advanced than anything humanity had ever faced, warping into position near Mars' orbit. And that was the moment that changed everything again. The aliens assumed the war was just beginning. Humanity had struck, yes, but the real battle was yet to come. And the galaxy would never see Earth the same way again. If you felt that thrill, comment HFY below. Like the video, if you stand with humanity. The alien fleet's weapons powered up, ready to crush Earth's defenses. Humanity had dared to strike, but could their courage withstand the coming storm? The calm before the storm was gone. Alien warships filled the orbit around Mars, their weapons primed, their signals broadcasting dominance across the solar system. Earth's defenses were outnumbered, outgunned, and yet humanity refused to kneel. In command centers deep underground, human strategists worked like clockwork. Every asteroid belt, every moon, every shadow in space became a battlefield. Humans were small, yes, but they were smart, inventive, and fearless. And for the first time in the galaxy's history, their ingenuity will be tested on a scale never imagined. The aliens struck first. Massive energy beams tore through human satellites. Cities on Mars colonies flickered in panic as defense drones scrambled. From orbit, the alien ships looked unstoppable, so vast, so heavily armed, so precise. They believed the battle would be over in hours. But humans had a secret, strategy born from desperation and creativity. Space mines were hidden among asteroids, drones flew in unpredictable swarms, and holographic decoys made fleets appear larger, more powerful, more dangerous. Every move was designed to confuse, disrupt, and lure the alien forces into mistakes. Then came the first clash. Plasma blasts lit the void, tracer lines cutting across darkness. Alien warships fired relentlessly, but humans danced between streams of destruction, weaving through debris with uncanny precision. One human commander, with barely functional systems and a crew exhausted beyond limits, made a decision that would shock the galaxy. A daring sacrifice. A small fleet of human ships rammed into a massive alien dreadnought, detonating hidden charges that tore through its hull. The explosion sent shockwaves across space. Alien sensors went haywire. Commanders screamed in disbelief. The humans had done the impossible. And in that chaos, humanity proved something vital. They didn't just fight. They adapted, innovated, and risked everything to protect their home. Every ship lost, every life sacrificed, became a symbol of determination that no alien weapon could crush. But the aliens were not done. Furious and humiliated, they regrouped. New strategies, faster ships, bigger weapons. They thought they could overwhelm humanity with sheer power. But the humans had already done the unthinkable. They had shown that even the smallest force could strike fear into the largest empire. And then came a message from the alien flagship, transmitted across the solar system. These humans, they are different. They fight like nothing we have ever seen. The galaxy had never witnessed such resilience. Humans were no longer prey. They were predators in their own right, and the war had only just begun. If this human courage gave you chills, comment HFY below. Like the video if you stand with humanity. As the alien fleet regrouped, sensors detected a hidden human squadron preparing a secret maneuver near Jupiter, one that could change the course of the war forever. The alien empire was stunned. For weeks, they had faced humanity head-on, expecting fear, hesitation, and surrender. Instead, they encountered something they could not predict. Humans who learned faster, adapted quicker, and struck where the aliens were weakest. In deep alien command chambers, analysts pored over every human tactic. They replayed the first battles, over and over, trying to understand how a species they considered primitive could outmaneuver fleets that dwarfed Earth's entire defenses. "They adapt too fast," muttered one alien officer. "They anticipate our moves before we even make them." On the human side, engineers and strategists were already preparing their next move. They had learned from every encounter. Every drone, every ship, every weapon system was upgraded in real time. Humans didn't just react. They evolved with the battle. One maneuver after another exploited the aliens' overconfidence. In the asteroid belts near Saturn, a daring human strike team set a trap. They lured a massive alien cruiser into a narrow pass, hiding hundreds of drones that swarmed unpredictably from all angles. The cruiser fired relentlessly, but it could not track the constantly shifting targets. In minutes, it was crippled. The aliens could not believe what they were seeing. And then came the psychological blow. Human broadcasts intercepted by alien communications carried messages meant to confuse and demoralize the enemy. "We fight not because we are strong," one human commander said, "but because we refuse to be ruled." Simple words, but they carried a force aliens had never known. Emotion, the kind of drive that no weapon could destroy. The galaxy began to see a pattern. Humans were not just clever, they were unpredictable, adaptive, and fearless. They could turn desperation into strategy, weakness into opportunity, and sacrifice into a weapon. Every battle, every risk, was carefully calculated to make the aliens doubt themselves. But the aliens were still arrogant. They thought brute force could crush human spirit. They launched another attack on Earth's orbital defenses. Massive weapons fired simultaneously. Energy beams tore through space. Humans scrambled. Chaos reigned. Yet, in that chaos, humans thrived. Adaptive shields shifted mid-battle. Fleets moved in ways no alien could anticipate. Hidden weapons detonated at just the right moment. Ships disappeared only to strike where the enemy least expected. Humanity had transformed the battlefield into a living puzzle, and the aliens were losing. And then came the revelation that would change everything. The aliens discovered a human code embedded in every attack, a combination of strategy and psychological warfare. Humans had studied the enemy's arrogance and turned it against them, making every alien assumption a trap. The aliens realized the truth too late. They had underestimated humanity at every step. The war was not about technology alone. It was about heart, courage, and the will to survive against impossible odds. If you're amazed at humanity's ingenuity, comment HFY below. Like the video if you believe humans can overcome anything. As the aliens regrouped for what they believed would be a decisive strike, human forces prepared their boldest move yet. A mission so risky that failure could mean the end of Earth or the rise of humanity as a galactic power. The alien fleet was wounded but far from defeated. Supplies dwindled. Weapon systems strained. Morale wavered. The humans had shown brilliance and resilience. But if Earth was to survive, they needed more than clever tactics. They needed a bold strike, a gamble that could change the entire war. Deep in the outer asteroid fields, human commanders unveiled their plan. The target, the alien supply hub orbiting Neptune. Destroy it, and the alien fleet would falter, force a retreat. Fail, and humanity would face annihilation. Every pilot, soldier, and engineer knew the risks. Lives would be lost. Ships would burn. But the stakes were higher than fear itself. The operation began at dawn. Humans used every advantage they had: stealth craft, adaptive drones, decoy formations. The alien sensors, expecting a conventional assault, were caught off guard. Ships darted through asteroid fields, weaving unpredictably. Plasma torpedoes launched silently, striking supply vessels before the aliens could react. Explosions tore through the hub, shaking the vacuum of space with devastating intensity. Alien fleets scrambled in confusion, but it was too late. The supply network was in ruins. Every destroyed fuel depot, every obliterated weapons cache, was a blow to alien superiority. But the victory came at a terrible cost. Human ships were lost in waves. Brave pilots sacrificed themselves to ensure that the attack succeeded. Engineers manually guided crippled drones into strategic points, knowing there would be no way back. And yet, in that sacrifice, humanity shone brighter than ever. The aliens had underestimated not only human intelligence, but their willingness to risk everything for survival. The tide of battle began to shift. The alien fleet faltered, their movement slower, their coordination disrupted. Their arrogance gave way to panic. They had thought humanity would break under pressure, but the humans had only grown stronger. Every failed strike against Earth had become a lesson, a stepping stone to victory. And then came the message from the alien command ship, intercepted by human intelligence. These humans, they fight like nothing we have ever seen. They are relentless. They are dangerous. Earth celebrated cautiously. Humanity had not just survived. They had taken the first step toward victory. Every sacrifice, every calculated risk, had turned the galaxy's assumptions upside down. For the first time, humans were no longer just defenders. They were challengers, a force to be reckoned with. But the war was far from over. From the depths of space, new alien reinforcements were approaching, faster and more powerful than ever. And they would stop at nothing to reclaim their dominance. If this bold human courage amazed you, comment HFY below. Like the video if you believe humanity can overcome any odds. As the alien reinforcements warped into the solar system, humans prepared their next daring operation. One so risky that failure could mean the end of Earth, and success could change the course of the galaxy forever. The aliens had suffered losses they never imagined. Their pride was wounded, their fleet scattered, and their commanders uneasy. For the first time, a faction of their empire approached humanity. Not with weapons, but with words. Peace. Surrender in exchange for mercy. On Earth, humanity watched the broadcast carefully. The message seemed almost too convenient. Surrender now, and your planet will be spared. Resist, and extinction is guaranteed. Many on Earth hesitated. Could this be a trick? Was this the mercy they claimed, or a trap to crush humanity once and for all? Human leaders convened in secret. They knew the truth. The aliens had underestimated humans at every turn. They were arrogant, overconfident, and predictable. And now, humanity would turn that arrogance against them. A fleet was dispatched under the guise of surrender. Ships flew in formation, engines slowed, and communications broadcast messages of compliance. The aliens watched, triumphant. Finally, they thought humanity would bow. But this was no surrender. Hidden within the fleet were human assault squads, cloaked and ready. Every alien vessel that approached would encounter precision strikes from inside what they believed were harmless human ships. AI-guided torpedoes, adaptive plasma bursts, and drone swarms waited for the perfect moment. And then the trap was sprung. Within minutes, alien flagship and warships found themselves under devastating attack from what they thought were compliant humans. Shields failed, weapons backfired, and command systems went offline. Alien leaders realized too late they had been outsmarted yet again. Across the galaxy, word spread of the audacity. Humans had turned peace talks into a battlefield, capturing alien commanders and sending a message to every corner of the universe. Earth does not surrender. Earth does not beg. Humanity cannot be underestimated. On Earth, celebrations were muted but powerful. The sacrifices had been immense. Brave pilots, engineers, and strategists risked everything, knowing failure meant annihilation. But success had rewritten the rules of war. The humans had proven that cunning, courage, and unity could overcome even the most advanced and arrogant alien forces. Yet the battle was not over. Alien reinforcements were still gathering beyond the fringes of the galaxy, and their fury, now mixed with fear and humiliation, would make them even more dangerous. If this human strategy blew your mind, comment HFY below. Like the video if you believe humans can outsmart any enemy. As the captured alien leaders were interrogated, human intelligence detected a hidden signal, a massive alien superweapon being deployed near the edge of the solar system. Humanity's next move would decide whether the war ended or humanity itself would be erased. The signal was clear. Alien engineers were activating their ultimate weapon, a machine so powerful it could annihilate entire cities with a single strike. Its energy signature lit up the void like a burning sun. Humanity's survival now teetered on a knife edge. On Earth, humans prepared for the impossible. Fleets were mobilized, drones swarmed in unpredictable formations, and AI systems recalculated attack patterns by the millisecond. Every human knew the risk. Failure meant extinction. Success meant proving to the galaxy that humans could fight impossible odds and win. The alien superweapon fired its first beam, and a human orbital station disintegrated in an instant. Alarm screamed. Space burned. Panic spread through every human command center. But humanity had planned for this. The fleet, small but deadly, split into multiple attack vectors, drawing a weapons focus while a hidden strike team maneuvered close to its core. Explosions lit the void, casting long shadows across asteroid fields. Plasma bursts and missile streams crisscrossed like deadly lightning. Every human pilot flew with the knowledge that their lives might end, but Earth had to survive. Then came the audacious move. Humans overloaded the alien superweapon's core, turning its own energy against the alien fleet. Massive flashes tore through the darkness as alien warships were thrown into chaos. Shields failed, command systems crashed, and fear replaced the aliens' arrogance. For the first time, the alien empire realized the truth. Humans were not weak. They were relentless, adaptive, and fearless. Every sacrifice, every daring tactic, every calculated risk had led to this moment. Humanity was not just surviving. They were dominating. But the victory was not without cost. Human ships burned. Brave souls gave their lives to ensure the mission succeeded. And yet, in that sacrifice, humanity's strength shone brightest. The galaxy saw what humans could achieve when courage, intelligence, and unity combined. The alien fleet began to retreat, broken and humiliated. Their ultimate weapon destroyed, their arrogance shattered. The survivors fled to the dark corners of the galaxy. Humans had turned the tide. Earth had survived. If this epic battle gave you chills, comment HFY below. Like the video, if you stand with humanity. The aliens retreated, but whispers of vengeance echoed across the stars. Humanity had won the battle, but the galaxy had learned a lesson that would echo forever. Never underestimate the human spirit. The alien fleet had vanished into the darkness of space, leaving behind wreckage, broken pride, and a galaxy that would never again view Earth as weak. Humanity had survived the impossible, beaten a technologically superior enemy, and proven that courage, intelligence, and spirit could defy even the most advanced forces in the universe. On Earth, survivors looked up at the stars with awe and relief. Cities were rebuilding, fleets were repaired, and humanity's leaders stood together, scarred but unbroken. Every sacrifice, the pilots, the engineers, the soldiers, had forged a legacy. Every human life lost had fueled a fire that turned defeat into victory. The galaxy began to take notice. Reports streamed to distant star systems. Earth was not just a planet. It was a symbol that underestimated species could rise, adapt, and triumph. Humans had shown that victory was not just about weapons or technology. It was about determination, strategy, and heart. For the first time, humans understood the true power they carried. It wasn't their ships, their drones, or even their advanced weapons. It was their will to survive, their ability to adapt, and their courage to stand together in the face of annihilation. And in that moment, humanity made a promise, not just to themselves, but to the stars. They would continue to explore, to protect, and to prove that no force, no empire, no matter how mighty, could underestimate the human spirit. The aliens had learned their lesson the hard way. Humanity was no longer prey. Humanity was a force that could not be contained, and the galaxy would never forget it. If humanity's triumph gave you chills, comment HFY below. Like the video, if you stand with the unstoppable human spirit. Share the story and let the galaxy know. Never underestimate humanity. The stars were quiet once more, but Earth was alive, vigilant, and stronger than ever. Humanity had fought back, had won against impossible odds, and had written its place among the stars. And that, the galaxy realized, was the greatest mistake the aliens ever made, underestimating humans. Humanity's true strength is not in their weapons, but in their courage, intelligence, and unity. Even in the darkest moments, hope and ingenuity can change the course of history. The war was over. Humanity had risen, and the stars would remember.